Hello everyone, my name is Ashlyn.
And I'm Eunice.
And today we're going to talk about student housing.
You're welcome.
Hi, so student housing is awful.
It's atrocious and you should never move in. Don't go to college. You know, it's not worth it. Start a YouTube career and...
Just do with Logan Paul.
Oh, no, don't do that. Please don't. Oh, God.
We're here to deliver the truth to you about student housing.
The truth!
You first years probably panicking to sort out your student housing right now. We want to give you a couple of tips to help you not do that. First of all, don't sign yet. Don't sign yet. Don't sign yet because there is many reasons and things that you should be considering before you sign. First of all, who are you living with?
Wow, let me tell you one thing. My first year, I almost signed too soon and I almost lived with a pack of wolves. Those people in your halls, or those people in your lectures and everything, they're living with people is a lot different than being friends with them.
So much different.
Because you have to see that person every day.
And at the most and worst. Most and worst.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You have to, well, this thing, what are your living arrangements right now? Let's just get this out of the way.
I live in a studio apartment by myself. I love solitude and I hate people, so I don't know why you're here.
Hiya. I live in a house with 8 people.
Ooh.
So
No.
It's a lot actually, and I thought at first it'd be fine because we all get on really well in halls and things like that. But then again, even if you live in halls with people, depending on what kind of halls you live in, you're not going to really know the person that well until you actually live in a house with them and you smell the shit and you like see what they cook and they leave their mess and their dishes everywhere. Blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, learn how to clean up after yourself, I think, before you live with other people. I told you this, but I didn't tell you this. There was a girl who lived in my accommodation for first year, and her dishes were in the kitchen for my entire first year. When I left for Christmas, they were there. When I came back, they were there. When she moved out, they were there. At the end of first year, they were still there. So just a quick, do your dishes, do your own laundry, don't leave things in places where you don't reside. So like, no underwear in the living room. No.
Communal areas are for communal things, not for things that you just personally own.
And the more you do for yourself, the more people in your house will like you.
Yes.
If you have to do everything for one specific person constantly, you're not going to like that person anymore. So if you want people to keep liking you in your home and you want to stay in your home and you don't want them to all move away and then you don't have a place to live because you have to figure it out, maybe make it convenient, nice and pleasant to live with you. Okay.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Other thing, just another quick thing about who you're living with. Living with an all-girl group will be murder if you are a girl. If you're a boy, not so much. Living with an all-boy group will be murder if you're a girl, and if you're a boy, just as much. It's good to have a mix of girls and boys because then you can have mothers and fathers in equal respect. Because you will eventually become a mum of your group. That's what kind of happened to me and my friends. We have all kind of became mothers.
Yeah, I was already there.
That's why
I purchased wet wipes when I walked in.
Yeah. That's why you're on your own instead.
Yeah.
So, you've decided who you're living with. It's a group of whatever many people. God bless your soul. Or live on your own. It's also that. Living with someone, you're with them 24/7.
Yeah.
Except for when you're in lectures. And if you're in the same lectures as them, you're going to be with them 24/7. That's like, it's a lot. It's like you're married to them.
Yeah.
Without the kids, but with all the stress of being a child yourself.
And also kind of having kids because people don't do things.
Oh yeah, exactly. If you suddenly become a mother or a father of your house, then you will. I feel as though you have kids.
Ooh.
Having to shout at your friends to do the dishes is just embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yeah.
It's just not a good shout. So you decide who you're living with. Now you've got to decide where to actually live. So think about where it is in respective to your campus or university or your classes or whatever. The closer the better, because it just makes things easier for you. If you're 15 miles away, that's not going to be the best. So
and sometimes you'll walk too far and for too long and your calves will get tight and your feet will fall asleep. And that's not fun, especially when you're trying to catch your 9 a.m. and it's 8:45.
Yes.
So don't do that.
Yeah, don't. I think you might think, oh, it's only like a half an hour walk, like that'll be fine. Like, not when, say, you're hanging with a hangover, or you're just generally tired or worn down, and you're gonna have to like rush, like that weird speed walk that you do, like
You're like,
yeah, and your body's screaming at you to slow down, but you can't because you've got to be late, and you're stressed about being late.
yeah, and then you walk into your lecture and you're late, and everyone's quiet because the lecture has already started, and you're like, and you sit down and like you're sweating. It's just not,
Not the best. Also, when you actually look around the house, this is what will happen. You'll be led by a fellow student, probably a third year, who will race you around the house and not give you a chance to look at everything. That's like against your human rights.
Yeah.
If you're going to be living somewhere, you need to know the place, like basically inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, like red flags are if it's dirty.
Mildew in the bathroom? Question mark.
Yeah.
I saw it. If you see it, don't move in.
Yeah, don't. If there's like damp on like the walls or whatever, don't go for that. If it's a really old house and they keep saying, oh, it's an old house, that means that they're not going to try and upkeep it. If you break something or whatever, it's going to take forever because it's an old house. You shouldn't have to live in squalor just because you're a student. It's not fair.
Yeah, check the appliances too.
Yeah, make sure.
Check the appliances.
Yeah, make sure they're not actually riddled with filth like as my house was when we moved in. They'll say they'll clean it, but they probably won't. You'll pay for it to be cleaned and it won't get cleaned. So be prepared to bring cleaning supplies. If you don't bring cleaning supplies anyway, you're a mess and sort your life out.
Yeah.
But like,
listen, here's what you need. Okay? Bleach. Just get a bottle of bleach. Okay? Get a designated cleaning cloth along with a sponge. Okay? These are the things you need. Get gloves. Get a little, broom with a
dustpan and brush.
Yes. What else?
I think a duster, one of them like duster bits that you put on your hands and you just dust things with.
Yes.
A Hoover as well. You'll have to probably buy your own Hoover.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I don't have one.
Yeah, because I live in a house of 8, we all kind of went in on like a £40 Hoover, which wasn't so bad. And we do use it a lot. So yeah. Also, if you're gonna buy like microwaves and stuff, buy decent quality stuff because.
Just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's gonna, last you for as long as you need it. Because sometimes people sacrifice like money for quality, and then you get that like, oh my god, it's only like £10, and then you get the microwave and it lasts for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's better to get like mid-range stuff. Don't go for like the most high expensive stuff because mid-range stuff will work. It'll last long enough that you need it and it'll be of good quality. Like, get a small toaster because it just fucks your toast up. It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Just burns the middle and it. Anyway, so
and then there's crumbs.
There's crumbs. There's a lot of crumbs. Also, your room size. I ended up with the smallest room, but it doesn't really matter the size of the room. Just make the layout of the room. If your room is just like a narrow block with no kind of storage, you need like at least a wardrobe or some shelves or whatever. You can't live out your suitcase the whole year. It's not fair.
It's not fair and it's not fun, and you're gonna be sad.
It'll just make you feel like you don't belong there. You just feel like you're staying in a hotel, which isn't
most fun, especially when you're away from home. International students, look here. 1 suitcase. And when you're traveling, coming back from holidays and stuff like that, a duffel bag. Give yourself 1 duffel bag full of stuff that you are taking or bringing. If you can't fit it in there, don't take it with you. Because then you'll end up bringing another suitcase full of stuff, and then you'll have to wipe your existence from the entire wherever you're living, and then you won't know what to do. You have to pay for a storage unit. Don't do it to yourself. A duffel bag. That's all I have to say.
That could apply to not necessarily just international students. So, like, I had to pay for storage.
Oh yeah.
And I live 45 minutes away from my university.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely look at the state of the house, is it old, is it new? I think the newer the house, the better, or the most recently renovated, the better.
Right.
They probably will try and charge you more for that, but sometimes £100 a week, for like all bills included or whatever, it'll be fine.
That's what I'm paying for this right now.
Yeah, it's fancy. Something that you just alerted me to is that in contracts sometimes you might have to move out of your house probably people in halls do this anyway, but move all of your stuff out of the house because you sublet it for holidays and things like that.
Especially if it's a newer house, if it's a nicer house, and they can use it as like a vacation house or something like that, they will try to sublet it because they're trying to get as much money as they possibly can. So if you have to literally wipe your existence from that house every time you leave for Christmas or whatever you celebrate, make sure you know that before you sign your contract, because what they'll do is not tell you. They won't. You have to either ask about it straightforward, or they won't tell you. And what will happen is it'll be, I want to say, a week until Christmas, and they'll say, oh, just a reminder to move your stuff out when, you know, you didn't know in the first place.
Also, our university has a specific service where you can take your contract to them, they'll read it for you, and then make sure there's not any kind of hidden things like this that will really fuck you over, essentially.
Yeah, and still get a second opinion though, because sometimes if you're renting through the university's partner, there will be some things that they gloss over because it is something that they get money for.
Yeah.
So if you have someone in your family, I know my mom's a paralegal, so she looked at my contract.
You lucky. Mine aren't.
So yeah, find somebody that is a lawyer, or just read through the contract by yourself. And if you see anything that you're like, wait a minute, I don't understand, or that seems a little fishy, write it down and ask them directly. The thing about with these, you know, rental agencies is they are very vague and they focus more on the experience, so that you feel like, oh, this is so fun, because they think you don't know what you're doing. If you go in there and you know, and you show that you know what you're doing, they're not going to try to, you know, mess with you.
Yeah, and like try and like scam you out of money, because like Jordan said, they're just trying to get as much money out of you as possible, because they think that you don't know what you're talking about, what you're doing. So always involve your parents or your legal guardians or whoever to kind of help you as well, and to pitch in and be like, yeah, we're adults, and you know, if they're trying to fuck you over with something specifically or whatever, get your parents involved. I know it sounds like, oh, you know, I'm supposed to be a big pit, you know, growing up now and doing stuff myself.
But you know, this is, it's not you like that. Everyone has a first time. You know, no one else. This is your first year. It's not like you've ever done this before, so you have an excuse to, you know, what really shows that you're an adult is that you ask questions and that you make sure that you're informed and you don't just make decisions because they seem like maybe the best possible thing.
Yeah, or if all your friends are getting carried away with it and are forcing you to make a decision.
Right. Do not make a decision in a day. Do not make a decision in a day. I know a lot of times you'll go to a house and you'll look at it and you'll go, this is perfect, I want to stay here forever, and then you'll sign the contract as soon as you go back. Don't do that. Don't. Say, can I have a copy of the contract, and I will take it to review, and I will get back to you in the next 2 weeks.
Just like you would with a normal house anyway, or a flat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like talk to your parents about how they acquired their flat or house or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that will probably give you some indicator of how you should be kind of behaving as well. Because you are an adult now, even though you're not being treated like one. So it's kind of an awkward tightrope you've got to walk between being respected and you know, just blindly doing stuff because you think it's what you should be doing. You should be at least looking at like 5 houses, and not all in one day. I looked at 5 houses in one day, picked a house. Because it was a house that didn't have any pictures online, which is also really weird. Like if that was an actual letting agency, it probably would have some sort of strike against it or whatever. And we just read the house, that's fine, and then like signed it and paid £125 for an admin fee on the same day, which is wrong. Looking back on it now, I was just so excited in the moment. I was like, oh, I'm buying a house. You know, you're not really buying a house, you're just paying them a random arbitrary amount of money.
You're renting. Remember that you're renting, you're not buying a house. So you have to pay every week or every month or every installment. You are renting that house. That is not your home. Once you move in there, there's certain demands that you cannot make because, I'm sorry, that is still their home that they own. Yeah. So remember that.
Touching on that, like heating and things like that, like I don't know how to control my heating in my house. I don't think I have the capacity to do that. I think the landlord comes in and changes it when he wishes.
You can get lawyers involved. Yeah. It's a legally binding contract. Yeah. So you can legally take action. You hold the power because you're paying the money. Yeah. Exactly. If you leave, they don't get any money.
Exactly. Like if you look on the tab website or whatever, they have some like cases of this, like there'll be articles about people who've gone against what the landlords have said and things like that, and they've won. So you do have some power, and I don't feel like just because you're a student you shouldn't be respected. Ask your law student friends, they'll be you know,
I know that.
Yeah, get them to like talk about it and things like that, you know. Show that you shouldn't you're not going to be messed with from the start. Actually, if you just go in there be like, I'm not ready to be messed about with, then it's fine, and don't back down, because you know,
in the end, you're going to be living there for a year, and you want the best experience because you're going to be dealing with university and all of your assignments and everything that's going on, and a house that you don't want to live in.
Yeah, it definitely gets on top of you. If your house is awful and the people that you don't live that you live with you don't necessarily are getting on with, that is really going to affect you and your work and your mental state. So it has a massive knock-on effect to your kind of like living environment. What shall you learn from this? At least don't sign yet. Just think about it. You have got some power, and just make sure that you're 100% sure and 100% certain that what you're doing is the right thing and you're going to the right place with the right people. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have learned from today. Don't forget to subscribe and check out Jordan's channel.
Want to hear some more of me yelling? Come to my channel. Click right on my face. The annotation. You can't do that.
I
Can you?
won't.
Well.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
And we shall see you in the next video. Bye! I live in a people. I don't live in a people.
Me too. I also live in people. Don't we all? We're all souls.
Yeah. Oh, great catch now.
Disassociating.
I.
It's gonna be a long video.